about dinosaurs that you didn't know. Did you know that the first dinosaur ever to be found with parental care was Maiasaura in Montana by Dr. Jack Horner, which is also the dude who made T Rex a scavenger, although we now know that T Rex was both a predator and a scavenger. Also, herbivores like herbivores like Triceratops have many defenses, such as their horns and their frills, to defend themselves against large carnivores like T Rex. And the largest known dinosaur is Argentinosaurus, weighing up to 75 to possibly even 80 to 100 tons, making it the largest land animal to have ever lived. Also, there has been a finding of a cave lion cub in Russia or Siberia, and we know how it looked like because it's so well preserved. It's up to 11,000 years old as well. Did you know that there are many types of different sauropods? Like there are the Rebecchisaurids, like Rebecchisaurus. So, and then there are also some larger ones like the Diplodocids, like Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus, who lived in the Jurassic period. And then there are the somewhat smaller Dicraeosaurs, like Dicraeosaurus and Amargasaurus. While the largest of them all are the Titanosaurs, like Patagotitan and Argentinosaurus. So T-Rex is the largest land predator to have ever lived, weighing up to 9 to 10 tons. However, recent studies show that it's possible that they could get up to 14 to even 15 tons, making it heavier than a school bus. Also, has been the controversy of much debate ever since it was first found. However, we now know that it spent time close to the water like a heron or a stork, feeding on fish and medium-sized dinosaurs, although I'm pretty sure it would have scavenged as well. Also, we now know that there's a thing known as niche partitioning in theropod dinosaurs, where if there were two apex predators, like, for example, if a Spinosaurus and a Carcharodontosaurus lived together, they're both large carnivores, except they didn't really compete with each other because they had different niches. Like, Spino would have hunted fish and smaller dinosaurs, while Carcharodontosaurus would have hunted land-based prey like ornithopods and sauropods. Tyrannosaurs started off small in the Middle Jurassic to early Cretaceous. And then they started getting larger in the Late Cretaceous. They eventually started to get really big around 70 to 60 million years ago, with the giants like Zoochang, Tyrannus, Tarbosaurus, and then finally T Rex. Did you know that there are many species of invalid dinosaurs? An invalid genus is one that's no longer classified as real. For example, the genus known as Nanotyrannus is now known as a juvenile T Rex, and the genus known as Troodon, which seems to be some sort of raptor, is now classified as either Styronychosaurus or Latenovenatrix. There is a group of theropod dinosaurs known as the Megaraptors. There's been many controversy over what they've been. Some people say that they are carnosaurs related to stuff like Allosaurus. Others say that they're Coelurosaurs, and the most recent studies say that they're possibly early basal tyrannosauroids, meaning that they're more closely related to T-Rex than they are to raptors like Velociraptor and Deinonychus. Speaking of Deinonychus started the dinosaur renaissance in the 1970s to 1960s, where it changed the shape of how we saw dinosaurs as lumbering lizards. Now we know that they're fast, active, and intelligent creatures. Also, birds are dinosaurs. Some are believable, like birds of prey and the ratites, which involve ostriches, emus, and cassowaries. In fact, even the sparrows and robins that you see at the park are dinosaurs. In fact, the closest living relatives to birds are crocodiles, which are a genus of archosaurs, and the largest species of crocodile to have ever lived is Dinosuchus, although it's not a crocodile, it's an alligatorid, meaning that it's more closely related to alligators. And the second largest would be Astrosuchus from the Cenozoic era. Third largest would be Purosaurus, the giant caiman of Brazil. Did you know that there are actually two types of ceratopsians? There are the chasmosaurians, like Triceratops, who have like three horns, and then there are the centrosaurians, who usually have one horn on the top of their snouts. There are many types of centrosaurians. My favorites are Pachyrhinosaurus and Styracosaurus. However, there are others, such as the genus known as Centrosaurus and Sinoceratops. Meanwhile, in Chasmosaurians, besides Triceratops, there are stuff like Torosaurus, and there's also Nasutoceratops, and many others. Meanwhile, year known as 2027, scientists are planning to resurrect the species of woolly mammoth back to life. However, that'll be like 7 years from now. And also, did you know that in the Pleistocene, it was when humans started evolving like Neanderthals? Try to guess the second largest Coelurosaur besides T Rex. If you didn't guess, it's Dinochirus, which is a species of very, very, very large ornithomimid. Some people think that it's related to Therizinosaurs, however, it's actually more closely related to stuff like Gallimimus in real life. And also, Therizinosaurs, they are a type of a Coelurosaur who have evolved to eat plants instead of meat, unlike most other theropods, and also they're actually quite closely related to T Rex. Did you know that the horses actually appeared like only 10 to 15 million years after the age of dinosaurs? Like some of the earliest horses are some like Eohippus. Back then they had like three toes and they they were quite small, like the size of dogs. Also, the terror bird is known as Gastornis isn't even a terror bird. In fact, it's more closely related to ducks. In fact, that's why it's sometimes called the terror duck. Did you know that before the tyrannosaurs, the predators with the strongest bite force were the megalosaurs? Specifically, my favorite species of megalosaur, the Torvosaurus. Its bite force was like 10,000 psi, which is almost like 5 tons or something like that, and they were like the Jurassic versions of T Rex until eventually they and the Allosaurs eventually went extinct, which allowed the small Tyrannosauroids to eventually conquer the world. In fact, most Tyrannosaurs can be found all across the northern hemisphere, across Asia and North America, although some Tyrannosauroids can be found in places like Europe and South America. Most types of theropods have different types of teeth for different purposes. For example, tyrannosaur teeth are designed to crush bone, spinosaur teeth are designed to grip slippery prey like fish, carnivore teeth are designed to slash and slice through sauropod flesh, and abelisaur teeth like carnivores are designed to grip and not let go. Anyway, that's all the facts I would like to tell you. Have a great day.